Are y'all ready for some Christmas basketball at the Garden? We got Knicks, Cavs, Christmas Day. I got my guy Dexter Henry, host of New York Got Game On, so we can talk about this holiday matchup. Dex, when the schedule first came out and you saw Cavs, Knicks, Christmas Day, we were going to think is what two of the top teams in the East. The Cavs are currently sitting at 7th. The Knicks are on a heater right now. So preview this game for us, what you're going to be watching and what should we be keeping our eye out on?
Yeah, well, the thing I was going to be watching, Brandon, for this one, obviously Christmas Day is always special at the Garden, and happy holidays to you. But how motivated are the Cavs going to be? They've been struggling lately. This is a big time game for them. They are sitting at seventh in the Eastern Conference, as you mentioned. They have won two in a row. Granted, the opponents have not been great. It's been Charlotte and New Orleans, so two of the worst teams in the NBA. So this is a much stiffer challenge for them playing the Knicks here. And look, the Knicks are going to want to bounce back after last night in Minneapolis where they fell to the Timberwolves, but they were without Jalen Brunson, they were without OG Anunoby. So you understand that. Listen, the Knicks, I think, going to be motivated at home. They want to get back on a winning track. They've been dominant at home. They've only lost two games there all season. So this is a game where I'm really looking to see who comes out strong. I think you're going to get that from Donovan Mitchell on the Cavs side. They're a little bit banged up, but Donovan Mitchell, likes to play at the Garden. He always loves to perform. He is a Mets fan. He likes being in New York. He's from New York. He's going to look to try to perform big time. And then, Jalen Brunson, he's always going to want to give you a big performance on Christmas Day as well. So that's what I'm looking for because I know the Cavs are going to come out with good energy in this one. I really do expect that. How do the Knicks match that energy, counter it, and try to get a win at home on Christmas Day?
Let's stay on this Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell matchup. I guess I get two-part question. Who has the most pressure on them to kind of come out, put on a show on the national level? And on the other side of that, who would you say is going to win this matchup?
I I think the pressure is more on Donovan Mitchell just because of where his team is at, as opposed to where Jalen Brunson's at. Jalen Brunson right now, in my eyes, is a top five MVP candidate. We've seen the performances that he's done. We just had a 47 piece on Sunday against the Heat, so he's fine in his standing where he is. Donovan Mitchell, the pressure is on him to get his team back up in the standings as they try to get healthier. So he coming in as the road team and the road star, he's got more pressure on him, I think, to perform big time on Christmas Day. As far as who gets the better of this matchup, I think it's just the Knicks. I just think the Knicks are healthier. I think they're a more complete team. I think you'll see the guys like Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby back in the lineup. The Knicks have had a brutal schedule following the NBA Cup, winning that over the Spurs. So now they have a lot of games. They've got a bunch of road tests coming up. I think they know they need to get this one at home as well. So I'm going with the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson has a big time performance. Don't be shocked if there's an unsung hero here for the Knicks. Tyler Kolek's been balling. He's been playing really well. Mikal Bridges, we saw last year. He had a 41 piece on Christmas against the Spurs. So don't be surprised if you see somebody else step up on Christmas Day. But I like the Knicks to come out on top at home over the
I'm
Cavs.
glad you brought up Tyler Kolek because, I try and play the stock market a little bit. This kid is trending in the right direction. Deuce McBride's been out with the ankle injury. He could be coming back as early as Christmas Day, some reports out there. When Deuce McBride comes back, is that going to cut into Tyler Kolek's minutes, or has he earned big boy minutes?
I think he's earned big boy minutes. I think he's earned the right, and I think the Knicks are going to want to see this too, Brandon. What more can he do at the backup point guard spot? This is what the regular season is for. This is something I've been talking about. Tyler, the creator, he's been creating. He's been dropping dimes. He's been a little bit more aggressive with the scoring. We saw 22 shots last night attempted against Minnesota, in his first career start out there in Minneapolis. So he's been more aggressive, and I think the Knicks have to find out what they have in him at the backup point guard spot and if they are going to make a move and try to upgrade that spot before the trade deadline. So right now he's been getting minutes. Mike Brown has been trusting him with those minutes. I think when Deuce McBride comes back, you feel more comfortable playing him in lineups with Tyler Kolek in the backcourt along with Deuce McBride. I think you could see more of that. I think the player who may see their minutes reduced a bit is Jordan Clarkson, because I just think Tyler Kolek is a steadier ball handler. You can see that Mike Brown has valued that a lot. We've seen lineups with Kolek, Brunson, and Clarkson, and I think you could see that even with Deuce. That's very small, but having that extra ball handler out there has gone very well for the Knicks in a bunch of games. So I think you can see more of that. So yeah, if you're talking about big boy minutes, and just to be clear on that, when we get that, I think you could see about 14 to 16 minutes a game consistently for Tyler Kolek. I think he's earned that for sure. And as long as he continues to play well, doesn't turn the ball over. And I think the big thing is people are going to look at two things. It's the three-point shooting, Brandon. Can he continue to shoot the ball well from downtown? Can he be aggressive in picking his spots when he wants to shoot? And then also, to me, the biggest thing is, can he hold up on defense? That's where he's gotten better to me in the last couple of weeks. I think a lot of people look at the offensive numbers, but can he hold up on defense? And can you trust him against big-time teams in playoff situations? We saw this during the NBA Cup run. If he can do that, he's going to earn those minutes and probably be a mainstay and stay there as the backup point guard for the New York Knicks.
Knicks at the Garden on Christmas, primetime TV. We're all going to be sitting around the TV with our families, sipping coquito, a little spiked eggnog in there, whatever floats your boat. How big is this, one, for the city, and two, for just New York basketball overall?
You know what? I will say this. Listen, Christmas Day is always special at the Garden. For anybody, if you haven't had a chance to go, it's always dope to get to the Garden on Christmas Day and see a game. The energy is always great. Early crowd, matinee, whole thing. You're right. If you're at home, you can watch this with your family and, do whatever it is that you do when you're watching these games. As far as being big for the city, look, I think it's always good vibes when the Knicks play well. I think the Knicks have been playing really good basketball. I know they've lost 2 out of their last 3 games since the Cup, but there's some schedule losses in there, and then they didn't have their full complement of players. So I wouldn't read too much into that. But I just think in terms of bouncing back, they'll be on a 3-game road trip after that. I think it's big to get a win there and get ready to head out on the road where you have Atlanta and San Antonio and New Orleans coming up next. It is big to get that before you get on the road, build some good habits there. If the Knicks lose this game, is it the end of the world? No, I don't think so. But I just think the Knicks really want to keep playing good basketball. The compete level for this team has been really good. I think you saw that even last night in Minnesota as well. They competed. This is a team that doesn't give up. I never feel like they're out the game, even if they don't have their full complement of players. So I just think to continue to play good basketball, obviously it's a national TV game. Brandon, you know that. You always want to show out on national TV, and it's a showcase game as the Knicks. They're leading off the day on Christmas. So, it's a good one. I wouldn't call it, big time, like it's a must win or anything. We are talking about a game in December, but it'll be a good look if you win this game before you head back out on the road. And Knicks have a lot of road games coming up. So they want to get this one.
Great for the brand too, man, because it's a chance for them to show, I guess, everybody outside of New York that they're for real. New York basketball is back. My man, Dexter Henry, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, man, and I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thank you, brother. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you too. Definitely enjoy it. Thanks, man.